What's up, YouTube? It just made a video, about to make another one here, talking about Dana 30 strength, all right? Once again, we are debunking what the internet says here, okay? I've already gone over how to fit 35s and how you don't need any lift, but let's talk about Dana 30s, all right? My little turd here, which is running 35 by 12.5 R15 BF Goodrich Much Rains, has a Dana 30 up front and the 44 in the rear. We'll get to that later, but it has this little 30 up front here. Now, the internet says this will break, snap, explode. It'll just be completely unfunctional with these tires on the end of it. And I'd like to tell you, after 20,000 miles, jumping this thing, beating this thing, rock bouncing it up every trail here in lovely Colorado, it is just fine. This thing is bone stock. I can't tell you how just completely from the factory this thing is. We have factory U-joints, factory axle shafts, factory ball joints, all right? Nothing about this axle is upgraded. It even has factory 373 gears, which, yes, I do not like them, but it does work, all right? The only thing which will I've seen let go on this axle is I've popped, I think, 2 wheel studs out, but that's just an easy 2-second job to replace those. The Dana 30s are remarkably strong, all right? And if you're just kind of the casual wheeler, I can tell you, after all the abuse I've given this axle, you can get away with a Dana 30. I would even go as far as saying, if you want to fit 35s and kind of be mean to it, truss it, put tubes in it, gear it, and you may have an all right setup. I've had some guys I've talked to who've been doing four-wheeling a lot longer than I have about Dana 30s and these tires, and they say housing will probably bend with time. The hubs and bearings will not be too happy that there is all this 100 so pounds of weight on there. And obviously, as I said, the studs, they will break too. But as this is a Dana 30 and not a Dana 60 or some weird 44, parts are everywhere. Junkyards, everywhere. I mean, yes, you can get a Dana 60 in a junkyard, but you can find Grand Cherokee after another Grand Cherokee of Dana 30s, which are exactly the same underneath, and will either bolt in or you can just yank a part off. I mean, if I were to take this housing tomorrow and break it in half, just shearly right there at the differential, break it in half from jumping, which is quite possible. I do actually jump this machine once in a great while. I could go get another axle with the gears, differential, and shafts in it, with the knuckles and ball joints all ready to go, just bolt in, for $200, $250 from a junkyard, okay? And that's the joyous thing. I mean, yes, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. I will have to be towed home, but I'm saving all sorts of money. To put big axles would cost a shit ton of money, and that's why I'm sticking with these ones for now. While we're here, let's talk about the Dana 44 in the back. If your Jeep is the trail rated edition, all right, it came with the Dana 44 rear end. It's actually part of the 30-inch tire option. Factory TJs, I believe, came with a 28. Then you can get 30s if you got this option. And they actually, with that option, put, instead of 3 31s, I believe, they put 3 73s in, and they swapped out the C-clip shitty Dana 44 rear end, or Dana 35 rear end, for this little Dana 44, which is quite good. And I'm surprised people don't swap these axles in more often, probably because they're kind of rare and probably expensive when you do find them. However, that's a 30 spline rear axle, just pressed in tubes as usual, but I'm actually, that axle is terribly strong, and I've done some awful things, as I've said, to this vehicle, and that's not snapped. And the third topic, whilst we're here and I'm kind of breezing along, talking quite quickly, gearing, okay? I just hinted to you guys I got 373s in this turd. This thing at 65 miles an hour will lock into overdrive, and at that speed, locked in overdrive, it is turning 1,500 RPMs, all right? Off-road, I am not I don't really go slowly off-road. I'm much more of an aggressive, hey, let's go ahead and just fly up this because I got open diffs and I cannot crawl it. So off-road, first gear, low range, that's kind of your only choice, but it does work. And on-road, yes, overdrive is kind of excessive. You kind of need to turn it off once in a while to keep this thing chugging, but it can lock into it once in a great while. Short and short, you can run 373s if you need to. I mean, if you're thinking about getting 35s and you're getting held back because you can't afford gears right now, I'd say fuck it, go buy them, run them, and then save some money up here and throw some 456s or 48s in there, which I will as well. All right, you guys have a good day. Once again, I don't care about YouTube or what you guys say, but if you have any questions, leave them and I will probably reply to them at some point. Have a good day.